It's important to think about your health, so here I have an orange. These are very good for you because they've got vitamin C, and that's pretty good for you. Ooh, more ASMR. See that? Today I've set a goal for myself. I have like no memory, which means I tend to forget what I'm trying to say while I'm saying it, and then I have to like cut around way too much to try to join together these clips that I managed to do right. So I'm gonna focus super hard this video, and then hopefully editing it won't suck as much as it usually does. Guys, like sometimes we're talking like an hour of footage. You have no idea how dumb I am sometimes. Oh no, case in point. This stuff has like more junk than the banana had. Look at this. That's ridiculous. Welcome back to Pretenducation, where it's not real learning if nobody's forcing you to do it. Today I present to you a Pretenducation public service announcement, a segment I like to call Stop It, Stupid. There's an issue on my mind that I'd like to illuminate to you as best as possible. This might actually venture into the realm of the somewhat genuinely informative, kind of a feat for Pretenducation, but we'll see now, won't we? Today I want to talk to you about logical fallacies. More specifically, one particular fallacy. So a fallacy, in case you don't know, is when you have a stupid idea, but you don't know it's wrong because you're bad at thinking. Now, if you're doing the thing, chances are you don't even realize it. We've all done it from time to time, and having a stupid moment doesn't make you a stupid person if you learn from it. So that's why we gotta catch it in the moment, extend the finger of shame, and say to ourselves, stop it, stupid. The fallacy we're going to be talking about today is called a Bulverism. So the term Bulverism was first coined by a man named C.S. Lewis. Lewis might be the best thing to come out of the UK in quite a long time, although one, he never actually left, so he didn't really come out of the UK. And two, I do enjoy a good cup of Earl Grey tea every now and again, so that's another strong contender. Anyways, C.S. Lewis was a really smart guy, and he often encountered this problem when he was discussing controversial issues with people. He explains it in this book with a somewhat funny story, and he gives it the name Bulverism. Now you might be thinking, wait, C.S. Lewis? Isn't he like the guy with Narnia and the Witch in the Wardrobe or whatever? First off, I don't like your tone. Yeah, it's the same C.S. Lewis. And you know what? Frankly, it's a shame that those books are what he's mostly remembered for. He was a sharp guy with a lot of good ideas. But, as history has taught us, if you write a book about talking animals, that's the main thing people are going to remember you for. So what is a Bulverism? Well, like any fallacy, it's an error in reasoning. But unlike many others, a Bulverism is a fallacy that happens in two parts. First, you assume that someone else's idea is wrong. Second, you try to come up with an explanation of why they think what they think. It's a mixture of two different stupids. It's like an illogical cocktail. So here's what it looks like in action. Maybe you say something to me like, the mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. And I go, okay, no. Also wrong. And lastly, you fool. Well, then I get creative and I go, what would make Megan think that? What would make Megan C think that? Well, okay, so I know she's from Juneau, Alaska, so she's probably a whale hugger. Okay, so there's that. Well, she probably doesn't get out much, with the winter darkness and all. Probably stays online, looks up memes about mitochondria, that sort of thing. And she doesn't have a bachelor's of science in chemistry, like everyone else. So I bet it's never even crossed her mind that the peroxisome could make the cell go psh, like that if it wanted to. So the only house around here is the house of cards that you've built upon your lies. Whoa. Megan, I'm gonna need you to try to relax. So let's analyze what just happened here. I took a few things I know about Megan and a couple assumptions, and I tried to explain her mind. You see, if I can explain her mind, then that means I can put myself above her. It's like saying that my mind is so much more informed and I see the issue objectively, and I'm actually able to measure your intellect and assess it. And I'll tell you what, I've measured it. I've measured it all right, and I've found it to be lacking. Oh, I understand your brain all right. I understand it with its whale-hugging, memeing absence of a degree, which, by the way, hasn't really helped that much in the job market. I understand it so much that I can put you and your ideas in a box, and I can take that box, and I can... Now, why don't you go and let me do that to you, Megan? We can't let people get away with discounting our ideas by trying to explain why we think them. But we also have to be careful that we don't do that exact same thing to other people. Now, maybe you happen to come into my house and walk over and catch me in the middle of my work. First off, how did you get keys to my house? You'd probably take a look at me and think, oh, he's just a crazy kid doing silly things. Or maybe, boys can be wild sometimes. No, I'm not doing this because I'm a silly guy or because that Y chromosome makes me wacky. I'm doing this because I'm an artist and I'm portraying the world as I see it. Get out of my house! And more importantly, stop it, stupid. Thanks for joining me today. Well, that brings us to the end of the show, and we all know what that means. It's time for the Spoon Showcase. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spoon Showcase. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I really like flatware, but more specifically, the spoon holds a pretty special place in my heart. So I just want to show you a couple of favorites from my collection. So first of all, we have right here, we have a classic, just a classic dinner spoon, a little on the larger side. Ooh, you can see my reflection. It's good for soups, stews, that sort of thing. You can have cereal, but it's a little big for how much cereal I like to eat in one bite. So that's a pretty solid contender there. Next, this is a measuring spoon. Specifically, it is 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters if you're in any other country. So this is great if you value precision. So you could eat soup or cereal with this. You'd always know how much you were having with each bite. That could help you if you're on a diet and you need to count your calories or something. So that's a good one. Thirdly, this is a nice, not a slotted spoon. Well, I guess these are slots technically. I don't know. But this one, I like this one a lot because it's great for things like ravioli, pelmeni, just anything that you need to scoop out of the water, dumplings. You know, it's great for just separating solid from liquid. And that's one I find myself using again and again. And lastly, we have this monster. Now this one is probably my favorite, and that is because I have no idea what it's good for. It violates all the laws of spoon design. It really is a piece of art, and that's why I like having it in my collection. I just keep it in the utensil container, as you can see over there, my chicken cup, as I like to call it. And it's just great for impressing guests. Thanks for joining me on the Spoon Showcase. Let me know in the comments below, what is your most impressive utensil? What's the thing in your collection that really wows people, that you're just really proud to have? Also, if you know the name of this, please let me know, because I'd really love to be able to tell all my dinner guests. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.